Hello, my name is Chiambo Lacusa. I'm a senior at the University of Arizona and a juvenile officer in Wexford County. Before this, I was a program director for the Massachusetts Department of Youth Services. More importantly, I'm someone who remembers what adolescence actually feels like: the confusion, the pressure, and the growing pains that come with it. Today, I want to talk to you about the morality of status offenses and what happens when we treat childhood behavior like criminal behavior. I work with youth every single day. I see what they're dealing with and how the system reacts. And I can tell you, status offenses are one of the most misunderstood and harmful parts of the juvenile justice system. As you watch this, I ask that you remember, we were all kids once. I want to start with a question. What if a child was punished for trying to survive at home? I worked with a youth whose guardian padlocked him in the bedroom because they said he was too much to handle. He was punched in the face by his stepmom, so he ran away. He was scared. He was also cognitively impaired. He processed information differently. He reacted differently. But instead of receiving support, he was punished. When he ran to protect himself, the system labeled him incorrigible. His guardian pushed for detention. And in small rural counties, that's often what happens. This kid wasn't a criminal. He was a child trying to survive his own home. And he still ended up here. Status offenses are behaviors that are completely legal for adults, but violations for kids. Running away, skipping school, curfew violations, disobeying parent directives. These behaviors don't make kids dangerous. They make them young, overwhelmed, or responsive to trauma. That means we criminalize normal adolescent behavior, and we criminalize trauma responses. Most of these kids are living in fight or flight. They need guidance, not a rap sheet. Let's look at what the research actually shows. The Annie E. Casey Foundation funded Clearchain. Status offenses lead to supervision. Supervision leads to violations. Violations lead to detention. And detention increases the likelihood of reoffending. The Vera Institute of Justice has done multiple studies that show that confinement increases emotional distress, worsens trauma, and makes kids more likely to return to court. Detention harms kids more than the original behavior ever could. Research also shows that youth of color are disproportionately affected. And once a young person enters the system, school disengagement almost always follows. This is the doorway problem. Status offenses open the door to supervision. Supervision opens the door to detention, and detention opens the door to worse outcomes. Recidivism simply means reoffending, but for youth, it reflects system failure more than criminal intent. Recidivism rises when kids are confined, when the rules of probation are too strict, when home is unstable, or when trauma goes unaddressed. When the current system, our system, looks at kids, it often sees the offense: runaway, truancy, curfew, and governability. But when you look deeper, you see the circumstances: kids being beaten at home, kids with learning disabilities, kids avoiding unsafe places, kids responding to trauma. Behavior is communication, not criminality. Because it's our system, I say we can do better. Respite homes, mentorship, family counseling, restorative practices. These approaches reduce recidivism and actually help kids feel safe and supported. If we truly want to help kids and protect them like we say we do, we need to stop handing out status offenses like they're candy. We need to choose compassion, rethink court authority, and rethink status offenses altogether. These behaviors are survival, and they're chances for us to help, not punish. Thank you for listening to this presentation. Hope something in it stuck with you today. These sources, along with my professional knowledge, inform this project.